Yeah, we are back. Happy New Year. First of all, as always in my lives, can we check I sound okay? I saw Hunley was in first. She was kind enough to come into my live and actually test the audio. I'm also going to try and go live on Instagram at the same time. This is new. Big up StreamYard for bringing this in. I am live on both platforms. There is no way I'm going to be able to manage the Instagram comments. So if you are watching on Instagram, come and join me on YouTube. But this is cool. Say a few hellos. Happy New Year to everyone joining. RS is in. Hello. Happy New Year. Robin, good to see you. I said, Hunley, thank you so much for coming to help. Happy New Year to you. Dig Vintage is in. We have a new member. I need to probably think of a name for my members. Let me come up with some cheesy name. Leave with me. So Global Salvage, thank you and welcome. Lisa, I know, what is all this? I feel like I have not gone live. I need to have a look when the last time I went live was. I want to say it was November, maybe October time, George. It's been a while, but we're back. New year, fresh ideas, new worries, which will be coming out tomorrow in the video I release, but we're all good. Lucy, good to see you. Daddy's here. I don't know if I'm daddy or you're daddy, but either or, good to see you. Chop Chop, hope you're well. Not long now, Chop Chop, until the car boot sales are back open. I know you're probably like me now. I'm desperate to get out to the car boot sale, not even to buy stock, just to get out and do something different. Quite cool. Limelight, hello, hello. Sully, good to see you, mate. It's Crystal. Well, Crystal, I didn't know that was you, but thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Ian J, hello, good to see you. Austin, hello, hello. I don't want to go hellos, but as I haven't done live in ages, I feel out of touch. I know I do a live with Luke on the Monday or Tuesday this week, and he's in complete control of all of this, so I haven't got to worry. So it's been a while. Simon, hi buddy, hope you're well. Happy New Year. Looking forward to the 5am Club. Yes, the 5am Club has to come back. I have been so slack with getting my ass out of bed in the morning. So, Simon, I'll be there in the morning. I know I messaged you on Facebook earlier. I will be there. Shabba, good to see you. Happy New Year. Steve, thank you for the message on the video the other day. Really appreciate that. Happy New Year. Luxury Pickers, you're both in. I don't know whether you're jumping between the two accounts or we've got Austin and Bethany, but hope you're both good. Anyway, it's not all going to be about HMRC tonight, okay? Because the hot topic at the moment, and let me try and bring it in here, is with regards to HMRC clamping down on resellers. And I say resellers like that because they're clamping down on the people who are reselling on eBay and Vinted and other apps who aren't paying their taxes. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Now, there is many of a reseller I know of who goes to my car boot sale, who goes to other car boot sales who I see in some of the UK reselling groups who always use the term, I'm a private seller, etc., etc. I don't accept returns because I'm a private seller is the one I always see. These people have gone very quiet over the last few days. So my advice to anyone, and again, I've had some messages from people. I've had some messages of people who are really excited about this coming in because it's actually going to change the game for us business resellers, but also people who are very nervous and kind of not happy about this. So let me know in the comments your thoughts about this, okay? I'm all for it. I think if you are buying anything to resell on the internet for a profit, you should be paying your taxes like the rest of us. It doesn't matter whether you have another job and whether you only list one a month, whatever it is. If your aim is to resell, you should be paying taxes as far as I'm concerned. And when I saw the news come out yesterday, I was super excited because I think a lot of people now are not going to bother doing it as a side hustle now they have to pay taxes, which for me means I have more of a customer. So anyone who's doing it as a side hustle, if you want to continue doing it, my advice to you, and I'm no tax expert, pay your taxes to continue doing it, no problem. The last person I ever want to piss off, apart from the wife, HMRC. So don't come to me asking me for advice of what you need to do, what you need to set up. Speak to a professional, get set up, because they are really clamping down. And as you saw in the article there, not just reselling, things such as Airbnb, they are starting to get hot. And the fact that this article has come out at the start of the year, I think they are going to be on it straight away. So let me know in the side chat your guys' thoughts on all of this as well, because it's been a real mixed reaction through the community I've seen. A lot of people are like, this is amazing. I've seen lots of funny memes about this. I shared one yesterday with Cilla Black. But yeah, it's an interesting topic. So we'll go for that first of all. Then I really just want to talk a little bit about my business at the moment. As I say, I've got a full video coming out tomorrow, which is a bit of a recap for last year and also where I am this year with the business. And something I say in the video might shock a few of you. So little spoiler for tomorrow. So make sure you look at that video when it comes out. I'm going to say 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, so I hold myself accountable. Soul Steps. Reseller Georgie says, I pay my taxes, not worried about it. Yes, sirree, I do the same. In fact, I'm speaking to my accountant tomorrow because, slap on the wrist, naughty, naughty, I am behind on uploading things such as the phone bills, such as the internet bill, etc., etc. So I'm having a chat with them, make sure everything's up to date. Apple Watch is going mad. Make sure everything's up to date to make sure that when it comes to the end of January and I have to pay the tax man that money, we're all good. Nothing new really, just the what's that say? Obligation, sorry, I can't read today. Just the obligation of the platform to share the info with HMRC. Yeah, absolutely. I think HMRC are going to just become more hot on people. It's going to be interesting. As long as my tax in order, and I don't really care about how this affects other people. Absolutely. Look after your own house is what I say. And to the people who have messaged me, and I've had a mixed response, I've kind of said the same to them. You know, I'm all for it, but it's down to you what you do. If you want to avoid it and feel like, do you know what, we all speed, but we don't all get caught, that's completely fine, and that's up to you. Yes, Lee. Lee's in. Lee gave a great example today in Tech's morning call with regards to how to spot fake Game Boy games. Really good example. But he's saying here, I'm buzzing for this as more people will be hitting the car boot. Yeah, I agree. So my first thought was that. My first thought was a lot of people will stop selling online and start selling in person down the car boot. So the car boots might be getting busier. So for us as resellers, there might be an opportunity. Yeah, your followers should be called Boldies. I like that, Boldies. I might have to do a little poll on the Instagram to actually get the most cringy name, because that's be cringing. I paid mine. It's only fair. Absolutely. Yeah. But again, I'm no tax expert. So speak to an expert and do what you want to do. I'm not here to police it. I'm not going to come round and check on you. I'm not going to be calling on HMRC to grass you up. Don't worry. I'm just saying, for me, it's great. Lisa, can I ask a question about this in 2022-23? I've made a small loss. Do I still need to do a tax return? Lisa, I can't give you the answer personally. People in the side chat might be able to. I'm not going to say it live on here because I'm no tax expert. My advice would be to speak to someone. There's loads of people out there who can give you free advice. I would personally, but that's not on paper. So disclaimer, I have not advised you to do so, but the side chat might be able to help. Big Vintage, I think it's driven by the millions of people who have left the job market. Yeah, I agree. I also feel like during COVID, a lot of people done it online. That's where I started really when we're coming out of COVID. So a lot of people started online who have continued to do so and then have gone back to work. And I think that might be why HMRC is starting to get a bit hot on it. Chris is in. I've paid my taxes from day one, earning tiny amounts, maybe £100 a month. If you operate in this business, pay your taxes. Absolutely, Chris. I am in your boat. Even if you're selling your own possessions from the loft, a bit harsh for smaller sellers. So with regards to, again, I will talk about what I do with my accountant, is if I sell anything personal, okay, I will put on my return that was a personal item I sold. So say, for instance, let me think of a good idea. Let me think of something good that I can talk about. Okay, say I was selling my TV in the lounge on eBay. Okay, I can put that down as personal. And in this article here, I'm not going to spend ages on the article, but in the article here, it does tell you that actually you do get 1,000 allowance to sell. Where is it? I saw it earlier. Here we go. 1,000 allowance for trading income if you are selling new or second-hand items online. So you do get an allowance as well, but you can also speak to your accountant and actually put down that it's a personal asset you are selling. But again, I'm not going to give out any financial advice further than that on here because I'm not trained enough to do it and I'll get shot. I'm terrible with my own accounts personally, hence why I've got an accountant. I know a lot of people say for eBay and for our level, you don't really need an accountant. And I agree, at this level, you probably don't. But for me, I'm useless at the money side. So I'd rather have an accountant looks after it for me. When does this actually come into effect? So from this article, it's from the 1st of the year, I believe. From the 1st of January, there we are. Firms such as Vinted, Airbnb, and eBay are obliged to collect and share details of such transactions with the tax authorities. So it's in effect as of right now. Already done my return. Yeah, you're ahead of me. I'm going to spend some time Sunday to do the accounts chop, and then I'm going to do my return and get it paid off in full. I know what it is already near enough. I just need to add a few extra bits. Benji says, hi Benji, good to see you, mate. I was slightly confused by this when I first got into this. You legally had to pay tax on anything you earn over £1,000, so then reporting just means you're meant to anyway. Yeah, there's always been this thing about I can earn a certain amount before I have to pay the tax, and I believe it's so. That still says same from the article, but what they're saying here is eBay, Vinted, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, if you do it online, all these companies now are going to be sending all this to HMRC. Well, HMRC are going to be looking and saying, well, hold on a second here. They've actually done 1,000 in January, 5,000 in March, 6,000 in July. Like maybe there's more to it than that. So instead of it just being a case of hope you don't get caught, I think more information is going to be shared. If you're selling your own stuff, Carol, it's fine. It's about people purposely buying to sell to make money. Yeah, absolutely. So it's all the intention, and that's where it comes down to. And it is a very fine line because if you went and bought something from the car boot and you used it for, say, 3 months and then decide to sell it, where does that lie? And that's probably the sticky point, and that's probably where a lot of people push back. I kept it for a bit, I used it for a bit, I wore it for a bit, and then I sold it. But I think it all comes down to what your intention of the item is. I'm 100% all over it, not an issue my end. Yeah, this is more for the people who aren't doing it full time, who are doing it as a side hustle, as the article states there. Because people who are doing it as a side hustle might feel they can just get away with the odd thing here and there. And honestly, you probably can. I just don't want anyone to be in the boat where HMRC are knocking on their door. Let's have a look. If you call me a Baldy, then I'm leaving. I might lose a member. And for people who don't know, by the way, my membership, I think, is 99 pence. And I've only set it up because YouTube kept emailing me. I was getting bored of it. So if you do want to become a member for 99p and become a Baldy, then join up. I'm going to do a poll on Instagram. We'll get a good name, a cringy name. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. We're being business registered from the beginning and pay taxes. So why shouldn't everyone? Yeah, I'm in that same boat. And I know it's a controversial thing. And for the people who aren't paying taxes, as I say, they're the people who have suddenly gone quiet on some of these pages. It's the people who say, and I saw Hunley posted earlier, she done a thing on Instagram, the people who get the 80% or 90% emails from eBay as a private seller, a lot of them people have suddenly gone quiet over the last few days. So we shall see. Yeah, Chris, I agree. So many people on socials throwing their toys at the pram because they think they are going to get taxed for selling their own stuff. If people would research instead of taking clickbait headlines. Absolutely. Go and research the information to get all the details. Yes, Hunley is definitely a Baldy. Here we go. Soul Steps. Biggest no-no. Seeing YouTube reseller channels having links to their eBay store and they are private sellers. I'm not here to call out any names as I drink my black coffee. I'm trying to switch to a bit more black coffee this year as well. little bit more healthier. Coffee's not great though. I do drink far too much coffee, but yeah, I'm sure there is a few. I don't know of anyone. Let me have a look here. Yes, luxury pickers are spot on here. The only people that should stress are people not doing what they should do. Naughty, naughty luxury pickers. And I'm guilty of not doing what I should do when it comes to the housework. So I'm stressed the fact that I know when the wife gets home, the house is not in the best of states at the moment, luxury pickers. So I'll be in trouble for that. But you're right. If you're doing everything legitimately, this article has not stressed you. It's the people who aren't who have got a little bit worried about this. Yeah, and Robin, they don't have to. So if you are selling, say, a car, that's a personal asset. It's for the people who are running side hustles, is what they're going to be looking for. So, for instance, if you sold a family car on eBay, if you I don't know if you can sell cars on eBay, full cars. I'm sure you can still. If you sold a car on eBay, you would just declare that as a personal asset, and you're absolutely fine. So, yeah, everyone needs to go and read the article. Everyone has to go and learn the information. But if you are a full-time retailer or you're selling as a business and you're paying your taxes, you can just get by. Nothing to read, nothing to see. AC Global. I'm a part-timer and busy doing my tax return now. Always declared my reseller earnings. Absolutely. So you are the best example in the chat so far, I'd say, because you are doing it part-time. There might be some more part-time people I don't know, but the fact that you said you're part-time and you're doing your tax return, that's how it should be. But I know of people who are part-time who aren't paying the taxes on the reselling side of the business because they feel it's just going to go under the radar. And beforehand, it probably has. Now, if it's going straight to HMRC from the platforms, good luck with that, is all I will say. Let's have a look here. Spoken like a true Baldy. Absolutely. So, if 20% of eBayers leave the platform, that means the ones left will be paying more fees to eBay to make up the shortfall. That's an interesting point from the other part as well. But I think it comes down to, I'm just going to say it how it is for me. For me, it comes down to principle. Because why should I be paying tax on my reselling business when there's other resellers out there who aren't paying tax? So I don't mind if people leave the platform. Do I think people will leave the eBay platform? Yes. Do I think it'll be as high as, say, 20%? No. I think people will just have to accept that if I'm going to be selling stuff on the side, I will need to declare it. And they might even actually see it as I need to up my reselling game as a part timer to make it worth me doing it as well. So that's the only thing I think it will change. Chug was saying this is more for people who are using eBay personal accounts, the regular 80% discounts. Yes, I mentioned the 80% earlier. Let's have a look here. HMRC to have your details, no matter who you are or how much or little you make, anyone supporting that is a wrong one. Your opinion, I guess. I disagree, but we can agree to disagree here. Even as a car boot seller, if you repeatedly sell through the season, you are a trader. Absolutely. Rich, happy New Year to you and the family. Hope you're well. Lightwork's got an opinion, so I pay all mine, but personally think this is an attack on the poor people making an extra few quid to help with bills, food, etc. Do I feel at the moment like this comes down to, you can look at it in a number of ways. So at the moment, I believe as a country we are struggling. I know financially I'm struggling. I mean, my mortgage has gone up £500 a month to give you an idea. So as a country, as a collective, we're struggling. I mean, electricity and gas has gone up. I know it's going to go up again, but everyone is in the same boat. So I'm all for people having a side hustle because for me, if I was working full time, eBay is the perfect side hustle because you can run a beautiful eBay store listing 5 items a day or 10 items a day in the morning before you go to work. You can take your items with you that's sold. You can post them in the evening, or these days you have the lockers, so it's 24 hours to post. I think it's a great side hustle, but if you are going to be doing the side hustle, you have to pay the taxes like us. That's just the way of life. We have to pay taxes. Surely bigger fish for the tax man to go after. Yeah, there is bigger fish out there. But I think they also realise that they could claim tax from everyone, and HMRC are going to go for it. Like, they're not going to avoid the small sellers anymore. And beforehand, I'd probably agree with you. Beforehand, the small sellers who HMRC are not going to actually go for. It's going to be the rich, the famous, who are earning loads of money where they get loads of tax from. But it's got to be the same rules for everyone. If you're rich, you should be paying the tax bracket you're earning. And if you're not so rich, you still should be paying tax. That's my opinion on it. Aaron's in. This is good news. Car boot be less rammed. We were saying, Aaron, it might be more rammed because a lot of people might go down the car boots to sell their stuff instead of online. But it's an interesting topic. It's really mixed in the chat with some people for it, some people against it. Paul saying, yes, doesn't worry me. I'm a part-time reseller, but also work for myself in my other job. It all goes through the accounts, it should. Absolutely. Peter Ray's in. Good to see you. He's saying here, ever since I've been reselling, the tax has been the same with the 1,000 bracket sector. Earn more, just pay the tax. Yeah, absolutely. I'm in the boat. I want to pay the tax man as much as possible. So if I have to pay a £100,000 tax bill, I would be happy to do so because I know that I'm earning good money. Let me just catch up the chat. Scroll. Emma, good to see you. Nothing has changed for eBay. They've always had this information. The added is they are now asking this info from Vinted, Etsy, etc. That's interesting with regards to eBay because the article says there is going to be eBay as well. But maybe you're right. Maybe eBay has always shared that with HMRC. And maybe now they are just opening up to the other platforms. Because again, Vinted is another one. I've seen a lot of people sell. You can tell, I buy a lot from Vinted. I don't sell on Vinted, but you can tell when you're scrolling through and you go into people's stores, you can tell there's lots of resellers who are selling on Vinted, which is great. But you can also tell there's lots of people who aren't official resellers who are selling lots of stuff. Now, if it's your personal stuff, absolutely fine. But HMRC aren't stupid in the sense of if you are selling on Vinted a size extra small, a medium, a large, an extra large of the same thing, they're going to be coming down and saying that this is not all your personal unless you change sizes every day. So this is a real message for people, and like each their own, everyone can do what they want to do. But this is a message that I'm going to say: just be careful, because as I said at the start, the last person you want involved in your business is HMRC. Everyone is not in the same boat. Some people have yachts, others have leaky dinghies. You really don't know anything about. You really don't know anything about being poor. As in, I don't know about anything about being poor because I'm not rich. So, yeah, I think the rich still have to pay taxes. That's what it comes down to. Yes, don't get me wrong. I disagree that they find ways to offset a lot of stuff. I agree on that front. But we're talking here today about if you are reselling, you need to pay your taxes. As simple as that. There's no private resellers. There's no, oh, I do a bit on the side. If you are buying stuff to resell, you are a reseller. If a seller's on benefits, other income will affect the payments from the Gov. Hi, Babs. You joined at a good time. We're talking about HMRC, which is always a good topic. So many on Gumtree is cash only. Absolutely. I see that as well. Get a 12,500 personal allowance in Scotland before you pay tax. I think it's slightly less in England. Yeah, you do get an allowance. Mike is muffled. Oh, let me know if the sound's okay, guys, because the rain is pouring down here on the shed. The standard personal allowance is 12,570, which is the amount of income you do not have to pay tax on. Yep, absolutely. So there's allowance you don't pay tax on, but if you are working alongside another job, and you're doing it as a side hustle, you probably will be at the point there. West Lank, hi, good to see you. Yeah, I think it's time to look into an offshore bank account. I've heard lots of people say the same. Lots of people saying they're just going to move. Mike is muffled, little feedback. Let me try and sort out the mic, guys. 2 seconds. Okay. Hopefully that's better. Let me know if you still have issues. As I say, I'm down the shed and the rain is pouring, so apologies for the sound. HMRC employed 30 staff for this. They will be overwhelmed very quickly. I agree. I don't think 30 staff's enough. And, you know, maybe shouldn't say this, but they're not going to catch everyone. That's the truth of the matter. It's like everything, like I said earlier, with regards to things like speeding in your car. I guarantee you, everyone now, we've got 73 in the chat and people on Instagram. Everyone in the chat, I guarantee, has sped if you drive at some point in your life. I guarantee. And for the people who turn around and say, no, I've never sped, have you gone 1 mile an hour over 30? We've all done it, but we don't all get chat. Maybe someone in the chat is working for HMRC. Yeah, you've got to be super careful. Don't start saying you're going to avoid it because they're going to write down your name. No, I don't think anyone at HMRC watches my videos. You never know. Anyway, so that's the controversial thing at the moment, and that's the real talking point in the reseller community. But the other thing I want to talk about is something I'm going to talk about tonight on my live in the group with the UK people. It's around the problems with sourcing now the car boots are completely off, because I believe there's no car boot sales on. Let me know in the chat if you still have a car boot sale you go to, whether it's an indoor one that runs all year. But I know around my area, all the car boots are not on. So sourcing, I think for everyone, is becoming a bit of a problem now. I think before Christmas, a lot of people have stock, get it listed up before Christmas, and then come the new year, they're struggling again. So let me know in the chat whether A, you're struggling to find stock, but more importantly, not just thinking about struggles, thinking about how you're going to solve that and what your solution is for the next 2 or 3 months before car boot sales open up to actually get some stock. Because I'm in a good position at the moment where I do have quite a lot of stock in the death pile, but I am still sourcing, and a lot of my sourcing is online. But I'm really missing going to them car boot sales. I'm really missing getting the GoPro on and filming some content for you guys as well for the channel at the car boot sales. And one of my New Year's commitments for this channel is to become consistent again, because when I first started the channel on the start of this year, super consistent. You were getting 2, maybe 3 videos from me a week. You were getting the weekly live. And then the back end of the year, I just kind of fell off. I just stopped releasing videos, just stopped doing the lives, took breaks here, took breaks there, organised lives, something come up. So for me, it's about being super consistent. And part of that consistency is actually going and filming the sourcing aspect, because I love watching the videos from other resellers where they actually go and source the items. They're really fun. So I want to get back into that. So give me some ideas, guys, on how you're sourcing, whether there's car boots there. And also, for me, a little bit of a feedback for me, what else you would like to see from this channel? Would you like to see me with a GoPro in charity shops? I mean, I've never done that before. I feel a bit weird walking in charity shops with a GoPro. Because this time of year, I like to be really creative, but I also like to do things that you guys want to see. I don't want to do the same videos every week. I don't want to do a what sold every week. I don't want to do a compact with me every week. But sometimes they're good to chuck in now and again. But yeah, let me know. Lucy doesn't drive, so she's never sped. She's never gone 1 mile per hour over the 30 limit. Oh, Lucy, there's always one. If you're part-time, your personal allowance will be used in your full-time job, so you only pay your tax on pretty much everything as a side hustle. Yep. Benji is a HMR sleeper agent, guys. I've met Benji in person. He definitely does not work for HMRC. Can't even speak. It's been a long day. Rishi is listening now. Imagine that. Imagine we have Rishi in the live. I'm not that famous. Get Rishi in. Car boot near you, Georgie. Where's your car boot? Tell us all so we can flock to it and come and buy all your stuff. Listen, I've got an indoor one starting the 20th of January, but doubt I go before clearance of backlog. Yeah, Lucy, you're probably in the same boat as me. You've got such a backlog of inventory. I have a backlog of clothing at the moment I'm working through, so I don't need to go. I want to go for the enjoyment. I want to go for the YouTube side, filming some content. Also, as I mentioned, although I've moved a lot of my focus to clothing, I am still going to pick up a small amount of the everything items, stuff that can fit into the small eBay boxes. I don't have one to hand. So things like digital cameras, games, etc., small games consoles like Game Boys, etc. That kind of thing I'm still going to pick up. So the content is not going to all be clothing. In fact, when I go to buy at the car boot sale, I will probably say most of the content will be non-clothing because I don't think I'm going to use car boot sales as my main source when it comes to clothing for the business. So yeah, if you're not a clothing seller, stick with me because although a lot of the stuff you will see in my blog will be talking about clothing and my what sold might be more clothing than anything else, when I go sourcing, a lot of it's probably not going to be clothing, to be honest. Big winter death pile. Yeah, no shortage here. Yeah, I think about that every single summer, just buying a little bit extra for the winter. I've not struggled though for stock. I have plenty of stock, but I just miss the enjoyment of going out. Lucy's the same as well. Yeah, Lucy, I have. I've seen your Instagram and your YouTube videos. You have probably the biggest death pile I've ever seen. So yeah, you are good for stock. There's a couple of indoor ones in Chesterfield and Mansfield near us, I think. Yeah, so there is some indoor ones and still going. I don't think I have anything local. I think the South of England Showground is the closest one to me. There is one that runs local to me as well, but they run like once a month and it's in like an underground car park. It's not the best. It's okay. I've got some good bits from there. In fact, the first time I went, I picked up 3 sets of sealed Lego and they sold really well. So I'm going to go to that one when it's back on. I think it's on the end of January. I need to check. How funny is that? I didn't even see you said Lego, and there's me talking about Lego. I just picked up around 100 to 150 pound worth of Lego for free. Nothing better than free stock. And when I say that, not all free stock is good stock. Don't forget, it's very much a case of just because it's free, it might not be worth grabbing. But yeah, Lego sells really quick. I must admit. The thing with Lego is I don't mind buying the sealed sets, but when it comes to the sets where they're not sealed, do you actually have to like build the model yourself before you sell it? Do you count the pieces? How do you work out how to list that item? That's what I really struggle with because I have a set that's probably worth £30 used and it's sitting there doing nothing at the moment because I just can't be bothered to build it. I'm just not into Lego in that sense. Let me know, West Lancs, because you obviously do some Lego. How do you sell that? As in, do you build the set? Do you sell it as colours? What do you do? Ah, there are. Chop Chop saved me a Google search. Woking, the 28th of Jan is on. Bring a torch. I will see you there, my friend. I might even treat you with the head torch. You'd be lucky. We have Ford car boot sale down here, which doesn't really shut. Yeah, I've heard of Ford. I just think at the moment, Rich, the weather is so like hit and miss. How many people actually go and sell at the car boots at the moment as well? I mean, luckily it's not too cold. It's just the rain. I can hear it now. Thunderstorming here at the moment. I can't wait for the summer car boots. Yes. Yeah, bring on the summer. Bring on the shorts weather. Bring on the shorts weather for sure. Bring on the weather where you get to the car boot and by 7 o'clock you're sweating and you're like, I want to go home. It's too hot. I can't wait. I'm so desperate for good stock. I really need to work on this. Simon, I'm going to speak to you tomorrow about something. That's all I'm going to say on here. I'm going to speak to you tomorrow. I have a feeling the majority of part-time resellers have never paid tax. Most full-time resellers are happy paying tax because it means business is coming. Yeah, it's you just never know. You honestly never know. I think if you are doing it full-time, and do you know what I will say as well? If you have any form of social media presence, whether that be Instagram, whether you're active in the Facebook groups, whether you're active on YouTube, I do not personally know of anyone who's not paying tax, but anyone like that, that is probably the worst thing you can do because HMRC will look into everything. HMRC will know I've got a YouTube channel, will know what I'm earning from YouTube as well. So yeah. Now trying to educate people. I've heard several people in the area getting letters, mainly private sellers. Yes, Babs, absolutely. And I think what happens to a lot of the private sellers is they will get the email from eBay, which basically says, we believe you are a business seller, so you need to switch over to a business account in 7 days. And that might be the point where they either decide to finish with eBay or to say, I'm going to go for it. And I hope they go for it. You know, I hope people actually see it as an opportunity, because I think it's a great side hustle. Paul saying my local car boot doesn't close, hard standing, not always good stuff though. Ford. So yeah, Paul's another Ford person. I've never been to Ford. I might have to visit it. See, this weekend I can't. Maybe next weekend I will visit if the weather's good. Need to see you with the GoPro strapped to your head, online sourcing. Now that's a video. Do you know what? Funny story about the GoPro strapped to the head. And for all you YouTubers in here who have used GoPros and have ever strapped it to your head, I filmed a video once in here because I used to, Jack, you might not know, I used to have all my stock stored in here, so it's behind me. And for the people who have watched me from day one, this garage is I've opened in. Anyway, I was doing a what's sold video and picking the orders, and had it strapped to my head. Filmed the whole video. This is when I first started YouTube. Filmed the whole video, got to the end, uploading all the clips onto the computer, and the camera's pointing up at the ceiling. Got nothing. I've never used the head strap since then. So yeah, head strap's not for me, but I might do some videos with regards to sourcing challenges, because now I have a weekly sourcing goal online, which is at the moment 35 items a week online. Farnborough every Sunday. Yeah, the Farnborough one, I've never had any luck from their chop. I know it's on and it's in the underground car park again. And if the weather's okay, they open up the top bit. I've never had any luck from there. And I think I paid once £5 getting early. It was terrible. My England football shirt collection will be going on next couple of months. Get ready for the Euros. Yes, Euros this year. Get your football shirts listed. Football shirts sell all year round, but any international shirts, great time to get them listed. I don't like going to charity shop with GoPro. I feel very self-conscious. Simon, that is how I feel. My charity shop down the road, I don't think was mine, because they all know I do YouTube and they watch the videos. But some of the other ones, I would always feel really weird going into the charity shop and having it strapped to my chest. And I've done some sneaky filming in charity shops, you know, with holding my phone. So that might be something else I can do. I can kind of walk and hold my phone like that and try and get some footage. It's just not as good. Not a chance. Georgie's not going to give us the information for the car boot. Yeah, that's another thing I will say is the amount of messages I get on Instagram and on my YouTube videos of people asking me, where do you get your stock from? And I'm quite open and transparent with regards to where I get some of my stock from. But there's some stuff I'm not going to share with you guys. I'm sorry. As transparent as I want to be, I'm not going to tell you the details of everything. Don't worry. I want to go for YouTube side and just enjoyment, but don't know the will or not. Yeah, I'm determined, Lucy, to really build the channel. So this channel and the crime channel, I have made a commitment. And do you know what? I'm going to share it with you guys, because actually this would also hold me accountable. So my commitment for YouTube this year is 2 videos a week on this channel, and the live is an extra. So there'll be 2 recorded videos, and if I decide to do a live, great. I'm going to try and get back to the weekly live as well. And for the crime channel, I'm going to release 1 video a week for the whole year. So 52 crime channels on there. And for people who are into true crime, I'm going to start with a UK true crime series, what I'm going to do. So hopefully, well, I say hopefully, video will be out on the True Crime channel on Sunday this week. So if you are into true crime, bold crimes, go and subscribe if you fancy it. I have a death pile I am going to work on over the weekend. Yep, I'll be doing some eBay work and some tax work over the weekend as well. Let's have a look here. I've seen a few IKEA stores doing car boots in the car park. Really? I've not come across anything like that. To be honest with you, I'm going on about our missing car boots. I haven't actually like gone to Google and just seen what's about over the winter this year. So I bet there is some stuff around, but I just haven't looked. So maybe I need to just pull my finger out and start looking. Gals asked the tax question late to the video. Sorry, question. Do you pay tax on the net or gross? Example, if I take £5 receipt instead of the 10, do you pay the tax on the full 10? Yes, you do. You pay the tax on the full 10. Tom's tat is good with Lego. Yeah, I might reach out. Because I do have a set sitting there and it's doing nothing for me at the moment. I'm building a Lego set now. It sells for 175 Technic. Love Lego. I have over 400 kilos of the stuff. I don't know how you cope. It stressed me out having that much. Yeah, I used to like Legos. I'm just not patient enough. The wife would build the set for me, I'm sure, because she likes doing puzzles. She has the patience to sit there and do something. I just don't. Guys, apologies if the noise isn't as great as it normally is. The rain is pouring down the shed. I can't wait to get back to Apps Court. Yes, Rich. I can't wait to see you there. It's been a while. Oh, and Rich, to let you know, to let Jade know as well, I don't know if Jade's in, the McDonald's chair's finally sold. So I have now sold all of my McDonald's items. Well, the big McDonald's items. But yeah, they finally sold. Took a while for the second set. Let's have a look here. Just scrolling down. Just 30 minutes of ceiling footage. Yes, it was 30 minutes. Terrible. Simon saying, I used a head strap once. It was awful. Yeah, Simon, I saw your video. Was you doing your picking order or what sold video? And you had the head strap on. And I remember you saying like, yeah, never again. They're so uncomfortable as well. Farnborough one for early entry is very expensive. Yes. Yeah, it is. Would love more UK crime. Yeah, absolutely. I was actually working on Canva before this live here, just having a little play about and watching a few YouTube videos on Canva. I need to level up my thumbnail game. My thumbnails need to improve because sometimes I look at them, I'm like, oh, same old thing, background of this and you in it maybe, or some text on it, or maybe not text on it. It doesn't like excite me, and I want it to excite me. So I'm going to try and up my thumbnail game. So I'd appreciate any feedback in my next few videos after, I would say after tomorrow's one, because I probably haven't got time to do it for tomorrow's one now. But from next week, I'd appreciate any feedback from you guys on the video. Drop it in the comments, like, you know, what you like about the video, what could be improved, what you liked about the thumbnail, what could be improved. I love the feedback. So please give me some constructive feedback. I beg you all to do that because I'm still learning this YouTube game as well. I would also say for anyone who's doing thumbnails, Canva is what I use and it is a great tool. And there is so much information on YouTube about how to level up your Canva skills. And I spent 2 minutes on a thumbnail before I came on the live and I shared it onto my Instagram page anyway. And I managed to make a normal thumbnail look so much more exciting in them 2 minutes. So I'm actually going to dedicate some time to try and level up the thumbnail game. George, the Facebook View Ray-Bans. Mel, back from Burnout, got some for Christmas. The only thing with them, I love them because I think they're great. And I watch a YouTube channel. His name is Auditing Britain. If you haven't seen his videos, go and watch him. He just pisses off the police all the time. Crazy. But his videos do really well. They get loads of views. And he has them now. And you'll see different angles. So where he'll go in somewhere where he shouldn't be filming, he'll put them on. And it has a little light on the side. If I'm going to wear them though, George, I've got the problem with these. I need to get some contacts because I'm not doing the whole sunglasses over glasses. So, yeah, but they look pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about them, I believe it's small clips. I think it's only like 30-second clips. I would love it if GoPro brought out a pair, which you can actually put like an SD card in and you can film for like an hour or whatever you want to do. That's going to come. Let's be honest. They're all going to jump on board that. But yeah, the Facebook ones are so cool. Such a great idea. And George, let me know if you got some. I'm intrigued. 60 seconds max, yeah. Let me know, George, you did get yourself some. I'm the same with thumbnail. I can't do them. They never excite me. Lucy, spend some time just on YouTube and just type in Canva YouTube thumbnails for beginners, something like that. That's how I started. And yeah, you quickly learn. And honestly, it makes such a difference. Just spend a little bit of time learning how to do it, because I want to make better videos, you know. And I'm the same with editing. Yeah, absolutely. I use Final Cut Pro as well. I'm also watching videos on improving the edits as well, because I think to myself, watching YouTube videos as a viewer, you want the information to be great, but also all the other stuff goes with it. So the sound, the music choice, the flow, everything plays a part to make it a good video. So I want people to click on my video and be like, I'm going to love this video. A great example, Mel's recent video, Mel back from Burnout, shout out Mel. Her last video she put out, she's got, I think, nearly 12,000 views in it already. Just a bit of a life update. It was so basic. And when I say this, and Mel, you might watch this back, when I say basic, it was a camera facing her, really good lighting, really good background. What worked really well with Mel's video is the way she spoke. It flowed really well. She told the story really well. And I love watching videos with that flow. You don't have to have all these chops, cuts, music, explosions. It just needs to flow really well. And I'm also trying to really learn and practice that, especially when it comes to the true crime side. Because as you tell a story, the pace has to be there to keep people engaged. But it's all learning, and that's the joy of YouTube. It's a bit of trial and error. Some videos I put up have done really well. Some videos I put up have really flopped, but that's the joy of it. Oh, this Canva, it's very good. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, Simon, just spend some time like me, just looking at some improvements on Canva. Let's have a look here. Usually have 7 to 8 minutes. Yeah, that's how I film. So you've had them for ages. George, I thought you used the GoPro. Is that not the case? Have you always had the glasses? You can get spy glasses that record to an SD card. Where have I been? Jason, what are they called? Is it just a quick Google? Let's have a quick look. Spy glasses, SD card. Maybe it's that simple. You can, and they're not that expensive. Right, okay, watch the space. That might be the way to go for the charity shop then, because I think I can get away with that in the charity shop. Right, okay, guys, we have been going just under an hour. Instagram Live, apologies if you put any comments in there and I've missed them. I need to probably learn how to manage both lives at the same time. I love the fact I can stream to Instagram though. But guys, just want to say it's good to be back. You will see a lot more of me this year. So if you like seeing more of me, subscribe, keep subscribed. If you don't want to see more than me, don't unsubscribe, just put up with me and just maybe watch every other video. But guys, good to see you. Although I can't see you, but you know what I mean. It's good to be back. And video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be an overview of last year, a bit of a review for this year, my plans, my goals, my targets for reselling in YouTube and social. And also, I'm very transparent in this video about how my business is, and it might surprise a few of you. So, see you all very soon. I forgot how to end these streams. I'm just going to end it. See ya.